Hi guys, and welcome to Sweden. It's been over a month now since I filmed the last video, and in the meantime I was on vacation, so I have no idea of what to expect, what the conditions exactly are here in Sweden. Basically all of the snow is gone now, but the lakes are still frozen. And because I was not sure what to expect, I came to this beautiful beach. And I hope that the wind noise is not too bad at the moment, because it's a beautiful day, but it's also a very windy day. So I'm gonna explore the shoreline a little bit, maybe also go down a trail that goes on this peninsula behind me, and I will see what I can find today. I noticed that on the shoreline here, on that open water patch, there is some newly formed ice crystals. So that's what I was trying to frame just now, but I'm not convinced. The issue I have is the sun is still pretty low on the horizon, and I'm casting my shadow right on the subject that I would like to photograph. So I'm gonna keep on trying here. Okay, I just moved a little bit further down the beach. Actually, I went back to where I took the shoot of the trees earlier, and I've noticed some cracked ice here, as well as some smaller ice crystals growing out of the water just a few centimeters back. And yeah, I think that this makes for an interesting shot. The light is moving fast now. The shot that I was trying to compose just a minute ago, I think now it's gone basically, because I don't have any more light on my foreground. So I need to move faster, I think. Okay, so now that the light has moved a little bit, this ice formation that I noticed before is now really catching the light, and that makes for a really nice foreground for this shot. And I have the tree line and the frozen lake in the background. Okay, so now I'm experimenting a little bit with my macro lens. Just a moment ago I was photographing some ice crystals, but I'm not quite sure that those pictures will turn out okay. There's a leaf here that fell in the water where there is also some ice formations. So that's my main subject for this picture. And then I also have to kind of complete this picture. There are obviously the ice crystals and the ice line of the main ice sheet of the lake in the background. So I think this one is fairly nice. Okay, and just now a picture basically composed itself in my viewfinder. I was not expecting to see that. I hope you can see here, just in front of me, there's an ice sheet that broke off from this main ice sheet here. And so it's basically vertical and it's acting as a mirror for the sun. And so that's actually not where I was focused with my lens. I was focused a little bit further away. So those specular highlights are just bookable at the moment. It's very abstract, but I think it works really, really nice. I'm now trying to focus on this ice sheet that I was just mentioning a minute ago, but I'm trying to have my camera really parallel to this ice sheet in order to have the whole ice sheet in focus and not just part of it. The problem with that is when I'm moving to get really parallel to the ice sheet, I'm also casting some shadow on it. Which obviously I don't want. So yeah, I might pass on this one. I will see what it looks like once I get back home. There's some really nice texture on the ice right behind me here. But I'm struggling to find an open frame with all of those trees in front of me. I'm struggling to compose a shot. So I'm gonna explore a little bit further here and hopefully find a spot where I could shoot that ice. So I found a little bit of an open spot here, but I had to get out the big lens, my 100 to 500 millimeters, in order to really isolate some of this texture. And even with the long lens, I still have some tree branches in the way. So I'm trying to use those branches to frame my shot actually. And with the wind blowing, those branches are moving quite a lot, so I'm taking multiple shots in order to get at least one with the branches in the position that I want. I have now reached the end of the peninsula, and I must say I'm quite surprised with the conditions that we have today. After such a long time of high temperatures, I was not expecting to see that much ice on this lake. What caught my eye here was the shapes of the ice here, playing with the reeds as well. And there's also a floating piece of ice that detached from the main ice sheet. So I'm trying to compose a picture with all of those elements, plus maybe the tree line in the background. I'm not quite sure at the moment. But it's very chaotic. There are lots of elements to adjust for. And I'm not sure that this is gonna work out. In the end, I think I managed to make this shot work. And that was by going tighter, zooming in to get the shot. As is often the case in landscape photography, what matters the most is not actually what you put in the frame, but rather what you remove, the distraction that you remove from the frame. So that's why I think that in this case tighter composition helped simplify it, and that's why it worked. So now the sun is getting really high into the sky and the light is very harsh. So I'm gonna call it for today. So I'm gonna see you guys next time, and bye for now. Have a good one.